Passion for Flavour was my first book. Now, of course, my new book is out, Passion for Seafood, and this is where I really seriously start to excel. I am very excited about cooking fish, from lobsters to scallops to wonderful langoustine to a simple, stunning mussel soup. I absolutely love it. The most important thing about cooking fish, of course, is the cuisson. When we're cooking meat, poultry, we take meat to a stage where it's pink, rare, medium, well done. Fish, of course, when we're cooking fish, there's only one cuisson, and that's perfection. There's not undercooked sea bass, there's not overcooked sea bass. It's moist, it's crispy on the skin, and it's very succulent. And that is the fine line of cooking fish to perfection. One cuisson and one cuisson only. Okay, this is a very delicate dish, which is the brandad of sole cod, which is a very light mousse brandad, mixed with potatoes, cream, and roasted cod, which was done this morning. Set on a bowl of ice, and then whipped cream mixed around just to make it this nice, light, fluffy texture. This is garnished with poached langoustine, which, as we know, Dublin Bay prawns. So it's a very delicate mousse, very fine in texture, and something we can't leave out the fridge for too long, otherwise it starts to disintegrate and collapse. It's got to be done very quickly with a very warm spoon. Warm spoon placed into the water like that, and then just into the bowl, and beautifully curled round. And then run on the palm of your hand in order to heat it up again and to release it and place it into the bowl. So we form these lovely shapes. So back inside, twist round, and then clean it at the side of the bowl. Get a nice sharp edge, and then back in to the bowl like so. You have to be very quick doing this because there's an art in doing this properly, and sometimes if you're too slow then it sticks to the spoon, so very gently just placed onto the plate. Salty. Come on, go.
So inside here, John, we've got some live eels from a loch in Ireland. Yeah. Excellent. I think the most interesting thing, Angela, is that they don't realise that eels are the most expensive thing in the market at the moment. I mean, they made £10.
£9 a kilo.
£9 a kilo.
I thought it was the cheapest one.
Oh, Christ. Look at them. Put your hand inside, Angela. Let them wrap round them.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Careful your rings.
Like little snakes.
They're like snakes.
How'd you get the skin off them? Just skin them straight?
Hang them.
Hang them up in the head,
Oh.
slice it out, and then pull the skin down.
Yeah. And you skim them raw, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who uses the most though? We never buy them.
Well, very famous in the East End of London for pie and mash.
That size would be for pie and mash shops.
Yeah.
Well, these ones. This is made for the Chinese restaurant.
They always buy them live. They'll never buy them.
Won't buy dead eels.
Why not?
They like them fresh, so the fresh you can get is live.
It doesn't affect the flavour, that's why, or something. That's the reason why.
And they're all fresh water, John, aren't they?
Yeah, these are farmed
From
Italy.
amazing. It's quite staggering how expensive they are. But it's, I mean, certainly in the east end of London, and the shoot eels must be quite popular now.
Shoot eels in the pie mash shops, yeah. Or the old people seem to like the shoot eels.
Yeah. And one of the most famous, of course, is jelly eels.
Yeah, we do jelly
Do
eels.
you do that here as well, do you?
Yeah. No, we've got a factory that does that.
Brilliant. So you cut them up, put them into a stock,
Yeah.
cook them off and let them set inside and then serve them.
Gelatin.
What do you serve them with?
That's just like on a shellfish store,
Yeah.
really. Jelly eels.
How long do you keep them in here?
They'll last a few weeks now. They won't feed while they're in trade.
They won't. Why not?
They just won't eat. Whatever you put in it, they wouldn't eat it.
They just naturally die and get, you know.
Sadly, especially in kitchens in London, we don't use these enough. I used to live in France and we used to smoke them a lot in sauces and salads. But in England, in kitchens now, we don't really use them as much as we should do. It's a great shame.
We actually have our eels smoke some of them as well.
Really?
Only like large, like this sort of size fish. We have smoked.
It always reminds me of my first day at Tontclair because when I arrived at Tontclair, we had grey mullet on the lunch menu. And they're here £10 a box. And I used to ask Pierre where he got them from. He used to tell me Chelsea Harbour. These ones have come from Weymouth. Very nice. I'd much rather these ones than the ones from Chelsea Harbour. Size of the halibut. Huge, aren't they?
This is the tail.
Yeah, halfway through. Yellowfin, are they?
They're bluefin.
Bluefin.
Yeah.
Very nice. Where are they from?
From Spain, Billingsgate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
When they're not popular on the trawlers from Newling, and then we take a 3-day trip
Really?
down to the Bay of Biscay. Otherwise, if the weather's bad, then obviously the transport we get by lorry.
Very, very nice.
You know.
So when do they come out of the water?
Maybe last week, sometime.
Really?
That's all. Just, I mean, say fish is very short at the moment, so the price is up a lot. You know.
Sure.
Is that because of the weather?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's quite expensive fish at the moment.
It's been gapped. Yeah, it's not too bad. Codfillet's been expensive, but no, up to 35, 40 pounds a stone.
Really?
I got my mate got a job there.
And these bass, are they farm bass or
No,
they?
they're wild bass.
They're wild bass.
Yeah, they're wild bass. Caught in our waters.
They're very nice. And how much are they a pound?
They're working out about $3.70 a pound at the moment, that size.
It's not too bad, is it?
No, it's not too bad at all, no.
Very nice.
There's no large bass about because of the weather. Everything's affecting the weather at the moment, you know.
It's been like that for long. It's been like that all week.
It's been like it for the second week now.
Is it?
Yeah, we can't expect boats to go out this weather, you know, it's just too dangerous.
And do you keep all the lobsters and the crabs aerated in the tanks there?
Yeah, it's all drained off at the end of the week, and then freshwater, seawater is
Really?
pump back in it. You know, it just goes on like that, and then they send more crabs there, and the more we sell them, so they have to fill it up all the time.
These are quite a delicacy, the crayfish, aren't they?
Yeah, the
Are
freshwater.
they freshwater?
Yeah, freshwater crayfish. I mean, just basically like the scampi tail, really. That's all
Yeah.
it is. Everybody's to their own delight,
Sure.
you know.
And where did you get them from?
John, where did these come from?
Hampshire.
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 South Coast.
Reservoir in Hampshire.
How much are they?
They work out at $2.75 a pound.
Yeah, very good. And the cooked lobsters here, you just cook them off?
Yeah, I mean, they just, they had a problem with the tank, so they had to cook up as many as they could. I mean, that's just a small variety of what we had Saturday. And once they're cooked, you know, you've got no problem with them.
Where do you cook them?
They've got boilers down at Hampshire. They've got their own boilers.
Oh, they
down
come
there.
up. They come up like this.
Yeah, they come
Okay.
up like that. We also got a boiler at the end of the market as well, so fish merchants, if they got orders for cooked crabs.
They're obviously much cheaper, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not too bad. They're about £4 a pound at the moment. Cooked crabs.
Are they dead before they cooked?
No.
They're live before they
Live.
cook.
Marcus.
Yeah. Never cook anything when it's dead.
Marcus. Trying to catch you out here this morning.
No, you got a long way to go with that.
Huh?
I've been doing it since I was about 7. I was an
Marcus.
ex-trawlerman.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I had my own boat, yeah.
Where?
Burnham and Crouch on the Essex coast.
Excellent. Nice tuna then. Price are huge.
Yeah, they're nice, yeah. So you can't pick them up a lot because they get bruised, see? And the more you bend them and everything else, it affects the meat.
Do you get any tuna from the Caribbean?
The market does, yeah, but we don't at the moment. People like Joe Bennett's over there, they do when it's available. It's more and more over the last 15 years. There's more and more exotic fish.
This is something that was not used enough in this country. Skate wing.
That's right, yeah. I mean, that's what we call. I mean, not a lot of people know a lot about skate when it's skinned, because the meat's all the same. But there's different species of skate. That's called a cookerel ray.
Cookerel ray, yeah.
And you get other skate, which is a thornback ray, and you get blonde ray, and you get starry ray.
Yeah.
Why does it come in whole?
No, it goes back to an old fisherman's tale.
All fish has to be, by law, all fish has to be gutted at sea. Yeah. So if you ever go to a fish market like Newlyn, Peterhead, Aberdeen, Fraserburgh, what they call a bidding market, all fish is gutted. If you look in the plastic bins, it's all gutted.
So why is that one cut in half like that?
This is the wings.
It's just the wings. Yeah, that's what they call a banjo. They cut the banjo out. That's the middle part where the head is.
Sure.
And then you've got the back bit, which is what they call a banjo.
Listen, thank you very much indeed.
That's no problem.
And see you soon.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Thank you.
Take care, man. There you go.
Hot smoked.
Hot smoked.
Smell that. That is absolutely.
Is
that not wonderful? And they're absolutely beautiful. These are being smoked in Holland for us.
Right.
They're actually for a German supermarket, and we're able to bring some into the country. We find them very, very popular with restaurants.
Very good.
They're an absolutely wonderful product.
Excellent.
This is a bonito. There's a very large family of bonitos. This one's actually coming out of Africa.
It looks very similar to tuna, doesn't it?
Very similar to tuna. It will eat just like tuna.
That's right.
Can be slightly darker meat, and also because of the fact that they're caught in such quantity of this size, it's very difficult to bleed them. So you'll find it's quite a heavy blood meat in there.
Tuna flesh?
It's very much so.
If you let it grow, would it almost resemble?
No, I mean they are. That is.
That's the size.
That's the size.
That's the size.
Is it? Okay.
And they look lovely, the little red mullet. Where are they from?
Yeah, these Senegal, Dakar.
Oh, really?
Wonderful. Beautiful little baby game fish there.
Lovely, aren't they?
How much are they at the moment?
Those are £3.20. £3.20 a pound. Yeah, very cheap. Very cheap. We're trying to compete against the English, you see. And Senegal, Dakar. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful little thing. The problem we have is trying to get the grade.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Very, very nice indeed.
This is.
That's large sea bream, your Gerard Rose. Yeah.
And then here is a very small version of a black bream. You can see very similar in shape, but obviously one's pink and one's black. And very expensive fish in the south of France. A lot of Africans use the bream for soups.
Yes. Sea bream of that size will normally get staked up or filleted.
Sure.
But you'll be able to produce quite a lovely steak on a plate of fish that size. They are quite large. Majority of fish of that size would go to the Japanese for sushi.
Yeah.
That's where they're going.
Really?
That's why we're bringing them in.
Really. And these here?
These are lovely little manta shrimp.
Manta shrimp, that's
We're
it.
bringing these out of south of France. You've probably seen them on natural history programmes. They've got these funny little claws on.
That's right. Marcus thought they were the eyes.
Yes, well that's their
Tail.
form of defence.
That's right.
They get frightened, they stick that out,
That's right.
and hopefully the predator runs away.
Do you know are they as popular as Dublin Bay prawns?
No. Well, the thing is Dublin Bay prawns have got a fantastic, unique flavour, and these are coming out of a warm water.
Sure.
The Italians do like them. The Spanish do.
They're called
Manta shrimp. They actually call them sigala or something.
Sigala. Have you worked with them before, Angela, in Italy?
We use in soups. They use them a lot in pasta
Soup.
dishes as well.
Really?
Garnishes.
Manta prawns. Manta shrimps. They're huge, aren't they?
Massive sound.
Ziani and Comolario.
Really? How much are they?
£2.50 a pound.
So cheap.
Very cheap. Very cheap.
How do they prepare? How do they prepare?
I think they blanch them, peel them, and then blanch them whole, peel them, and then put them, as Angela said, through soups and pastas.
Very good.
Fish is not just to be eaten throughout the summer. Fish is something we can now start eating 12 months of the year. There are actually seasons to beautiful fresh oursins. We have wonderful oyster beds that through different seasons, actually different in taste. I really enjoy catching fish, and trout especially. It's now the height of the salmon season, and of course catching a 45-pounder wild on the River Tay in Scotland is my next ambition. Fingers crossed. Tagliatelle oysters with a watercress sauce. This dish reminds me back to the early days of Harvey's. The inspiration behind this is Marco. He came up with the tagliatelle of oysters topped with caviar, champagne sauce with caviar. Champagne and caviar naturally go well together. Here, we're going to do it with a very nice, fine watercress sauce. The base of the watercress sauce is a velouté, the classic velouté. And next to that, we're going to whisk in very, very quickly a nice tablespoon of clean, tasty, pure watercress puree. That's going to be napped over the oysters. Oysters naturally are always going to be poached with their own juice. Underneath the oysters, we have a nice fine tagliatelle. It was brought together in a wonderful, light emulsion. Emulsion, as we know, are 50% butter, 50% water. This helps to stick the pasta together, slightly heat the shells up, nice twist or spiral of pasta inside the shell, poached oysters on top, and then beautifully spooned with a wonderful, light, fragrant, and I mean fragrant because it is incredibly fragrant, watercress sauce. Nothing more, very simple. The oysters, cooking the oysters, of course, there's nothing worse than having an overcooked oyster. The only time you may overcook an oyster is when you're beignet or frying or deep frying or panning it and sauteing it from that. The essence of cooking an oyster properly is just bringing them up to the boil and serving them lukewarm and very, very tender. Never, ever boil an oyster. So the first thing I'm going to organise is the emulsion. As we know, the emulsion is 50% butter, 50% water. That is going to bring the pasta together to stick. Warm it through. The tagliatelle has been rolled very, very fine. It's nice and thin because this whole dish is delicate. So we don't want thick tagliatelle. We want it to combine and eat simply with the oysters. We don't have thick pasta, we're a very dainty, delicate oyster. Nice thin tagliatelle, rolled through number 1, 3 or 4 times, this wonderful, nice, fresh spaghetti. Emulsion, up to the boil. Tagliatelle or spaghetti, in, like so. Then we're just going to help coat that tagliatelle. Because it's so thin, it'll take absolute seconds to cook. So be very, very careful. Touch more on top. And if it actually becomes a little too sticky, then just let it down with a touch of water. Oysters, as you know, are here inside their own juice. Up to the boil and then off and left to sort of cool down inside that stock. The watercress puree, we'll start that on a ladle of velouté. Whisk. Right, there we are. Oysters, as you can see, just come up to the boil. They're becoming nice and firm. Doesn't need seasoning, naturally, because you just taste that oyster juice in there. It's very, very salty. So no seasoning, just poached in their own juice. Can't get any better than that. Very simple, very straightforward. The velouté, up to the boil. Tablespoon of watercress puree. And be careful here, because we've really got to be very, very quick and whisk this beautiful puree into the velouté. Touch more. Again, bring the sauce just up to the boil. We don't want it boiling rapidly because we're going to lose this wonderful, nice, dark green colour of the sauce. Continues to whisk until this nice, fine puree of watercress is disintegrated throughout the sauce. It's enhanced the flavour, it's got a wonderful colour, and it's nice and light textured. Just from the sauce, just correct the seasoning. And then up to the boil and away. That's it. Turn that down. Right, so there we have the oysters, the sauce, and the tagliatelle. Just let that down, touch with a touch more emulsion. Best way to get the pasta into the shells is by using a fork, a normal fork that we'd use at home. Just very, very carefully start to thread as if you're sewing through the tops of the tagliatelle, and then just very, very carefully on your fork, nice and neatly, twist to making this beautiful spiral shell, like so, on the fork. Just use the side of the pan, not so much your fingers, to form a nice tight barrel. Fork into the shell, and then just placed down like so. So we have this really nice, neat ribbon of tagliatelle. So, again, use the side of your pan, twist, nice and tight against the fork, cut off when you've got sufficient on your fork, and then very carefully place the fork right inside the oyster shell. As you can see, that's why we use a small fork, because it goes right inside. And you can see the beauty of the pasta is actually sticking together beautifully. So this is because of the emulsion, is brought the pasta together wonderfully, and it's just so easy to stick together. Again, into the shell, and then off like that. Oysters, as you know, become just nice and firm now. They're still lukewarm, they're not hot, they're not boiling. Presentation side up, as always, just lightly drain. And we're going to put the oyster back in its original shape. The skirt is going to follow the skirt of the oyster. Sit that on top of the tagliatelle. Again, check for any little bits of shell that may have escaped. Sit on top, like so. And then finally the third one, drain off and sit on top. Sauce, again, just reheat the sauce very, very carefully, continues to whisk. If you don't whisk all the time, the sauce may split, it may go lumpy, and then just finally glaze your oysters. But be generous with the sauce, the watercress sauce. You know, let it flood out. You know, indulge in that wonderful, creamy silk watercress sauce. Very refreshing to eat with the wonderfully poached oysters. Tagliatelle sat on a nice bed of watercress sauce. Bon appetit.
How big do they go, John? And what size is the biggest ones you've got?
The biggest we've got here is probably about £4 in weight.
Very good.
The biggest one I've ever seen is about 20 odd pound from New Zealand. It was a few years ago.
It's like a conger eel.
Yes, right.
We used to have these kitchen porters at Harvey's, and they were from Africa. And I threatened him once, saying that we've got some African snakes coming. So Marco ordered a bag of eels, and we held him down, stripped him, stark naked, and put these eels all over his stomach. We never saw him again.
Why are you surprised?
No.
Hello?